as energy sufficient as possible, and that's going linear and distributing our energy towards the desired target, which is the catcher, right? So what I mean by all of that, which I know probably sounded confusing, as you kind of get into this little crouched over here with your trunk, again, not wrong in and of itself, that move, but I think what happens now as you descend is now your trunk wants to pull as a compensation move for that early kind of trunk flexion and then compensation into extension. I think that's one piece to this breakdown. It's not the only piece, because what I see across the board from a lot of young throwers is we look at just the overall stability of the front side of the trunk to actually maintain this linear direction, right? So not to get too nerdy, but like we're moving through space, okay? And we're going laterally. And that's hard, especially as a thrower, to maintain what we want as a neutral trunk until that point in which we anchor down with that front foot. It's hard. You know, there's obviously there's motor patterns that are going to want to start going. There's instability issues where you're trying to transfer force linear, and that's where you'll start seeing this fly out. So that's kind of like one of the bigger breakdowns that I have for you is what I would say this trunk side, this glove side, front side fly out here. As you can see, this starts to go, and to be honest with you, that's an okay move. Like, there's a fine line between like flying out with your glove side and just creating like this pec stretch. But what we don't want to happen is we don't want the trunk, all right, so the torso, we don't want that to follow, which it does here, before your front foot anchors into the ground. So this is what I say with like segmentation, right? So the front side going like that and creating that type of pec stretch is okay, but if it's happening before, like 2 frames, maybe 3 frames before we fully anchor down with that front foot, then you'll see it, right? The trunk's going to want to follow. And then what that does is it limits the amount of separation and rotational energy you can have. I'm sure you've heard all about like hip shoulder separation, right? Hip shoulder separation doesn't really matter unless we can segment the 2 rotations. All right. So now as Cole descends, everything going linear, glove side goes linear. And now as he approaches that point in which he's going to anchor down with that front foot, his trunk goes and gets his glove side, but not in such a way that it's going to start to early rotate, right? It's not going to prematurely rotate. So his hips are rotating, and then he anchors, his trunk's still neutral, and now he can release that tension, that band, that stretch that we've created through that segmentation piece, and that's going to allow him to accelerate his arm into a much greater acceleration rate as he pulls his trunk through, right? Pulls the trunk through, which pulls the arm through, glove side stays connected, and now he's late launch, shoulder extension behind the baseball. All right, dudes, Robby Rowe here. Thank you for watching that video. If you're interested in booking your own mechanical analysis, you can click that link right there. Also tell you a little bit about the service and what it entails. Hit that link right there, subscribe, please. You can also check out that video right there, which is related to the video that you just watched if you want to get some more context on that. All right, guys, much love. God bless. Till next time. See ya.
Strike 3! You're out!